everyone's wondering, ab kya hoga mere portfolio ka? Where do things go next? So let me start by putting that question to Samir Arora first, because when people wake up day after day, they look at how their stock portfolios are doing, they get very worried. And the first question they have for you, Samir, is, how long does this continue? When will this bleeding end?
So the bleeding may end soon. I think soon. By soon also, I mean 1 or 2 months. But then the repair of confidence and of foreigner and domestic confidence might take another 3-4 months. So if we can get away in 2025 by recovering some of what we have lost this year, that would be good. But generally, you have to look at it at a little bit wider lens, which is to say that when Indian, or not Indian, just stock markets, when they outperform fixed income or debt markets by, say, 5-6% per annum, the only reason why they are able to do that is because it does not happen evenly. So over a cycle, which is broadly 7-8 year, 5-7 year, depending on cycle, normally in the end, equity markets do better. And this is true across markets, across years, across cycles. This is part and parcel of the game. And when it comes, it is very painful. But if you little bit look at it with a wider lens, it looks part and parcel of a normal way that these markets work. You need some excuse. In our case, the excuse was high valuations for small and mid-cap stocks. Sometimes it could have been no excuse also, and then you will find some excuses. And that is how it happens.
Shankar Sharma, Samir thinks it will take at least a month or two before the market finds its bottom. From your lens, have we reached the bottom? How far is the bottom from here? How much more bleeding do you expect before the bleeding stops?
So there are two things here. And of course, Samir has given 1-2 months as the target. I mean, I think if you ask him, put a gun to his head, I think he might be a little bit more conservative than that. And I think, because obviously he's on television, he doesn't want to say things which might be a little bit problematic. And the problematic part is 1-2 months may not be enough for this damage to heal. And each time such a damage happens, it has happened. We've seen it in the past in 2000, 2008. COVID was different. That was a specific event and a very different kind of a shock to the system. The shock got eliminated because of rate cuts and the market rebounded. But this kind of I can call it correction, bear market, is not an easy period to navigate for people because prices can fall sharply. They can rebound. They will rebound. I mean, it's fallen a lot. And the problem then happens, then people start to believe that it's over. But such kind of problematic situations don't get over in a month, 2 months, even 6 months time. It can be a longer period. And for this group of investors, set of investors, last 3-4 years, and they were told that markets are not cyclical by the wealth managers or whoever was advising them. The fact is markets are cyclical. They are 100% cyclical. And this is their first exposure to cyclicality. But the cycles are not short-lived. They take longer to form, they take longer to peak, and then they take a little bit less to correct. But not like, what happened in COVID. It might take a few months, even a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years to heal, get the let's say the pain out of the system, get the numbers adjusted to the markets, because markets were probably factoring in growth in corporate earnings, which was very high. Maybe we're not getting that. I mean, all the downgrades are telling us the market numbers are too optimistic. All of that will take time. It will be a more protracted period of adjustment and not like COVID. People should not mistake it for a COVID kind of situation, which was completely out of the blue black swan event, and it got solved relatively quickly. This is probably a slower burn.
Okay.
So yes, it is going to be painful, but then it's part and parcel, as Samir said. I mean, I see no reason why these people should not suffer what we have suffered in 30 years. We have been through many such events. Let them also have one of their own.
So Samir said 1 or 2 months. Shankar Sharma saying 1 or 2 years. He's also accusing Samir of saying stuff on TV which is conservative just because you want to keep your big social media army happy. So you are telling them things which you wouldn't be telling them off TV.
May I say one thing? The question was different and Shankar has answered it differently. The question is, when will the bottom come? I said the healing will take or the recovery will take 6-9 months. I'm saying bottom at the pace at which it is happening, and why I said 1 or 2 months. We want to see what happens in US in terms of tariff and all. And also in April, we'll see the sector that I'm most worried about, which is IT, as to how they deal with not just the uncertainty in US, but also the AI attack. So I'm not saying bottom today and back in action in 1 month.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.